So he's enslaving York, basically. She's a celestial dragon, but she basically just became a free slave for the celestial dragons, right? Basically. Arrogance, sloth, detachment, pride casteth away these things at once. All is preordained. And he's thinking of Rocks. I will be back. He's like Rocks that he gonna come back one day, right? Okay, he's thinking of all these people, like all the or I guess he's not thinking of them specifically. Maybe he is, right? Maybe he's speaking, thinking of each of these people specifically, but some of this stuff that happened, there's no way Imu could have seen it unless Imu has actually kind of been watching through the shadows. I know that's gonna make a bunch of theories for people, but I think this is not Imu's thoughts. This is like Imu says what he says, and the scene, like, you know, because we got the separation bars. It's like a flash. I don't even know what type of scene you would call it or what it would be called, but it's just a scene, I guess, showing what Imu's talking about, what he's referring to. Like all the things that have been kind of preordained. You'll have to search the whole world. It seems Neptune had a daughter. They stole the devil fruit. Shanks got the Gumu Gumu no Mi. What is in Elbaf? You know, Harold did all his stuff. We found out the pirate captain in the mists. He is Loki, Harold's son. Oh, so Imu was directly just saying that. Last chapter. He was directly just telling us that, and now it makes sense. You were the beast. Like, so it doesn't matter how many years ago it was. Loki was doing that shit. He was destroying world government ships and stuff, but like, he could have kept doing it. He could have been doing it still. He probably didn't want to go too far because of, you know, he didn't want to aggravate the powers that took his father over, you know, i.e. Imu, right? AKA Imu. He didn't want to like upset or make Imu start trying to target him directly, so he was just doing what he could from the mist. And then he was doing it in the mist, like Harold. Similar to Harold. Harold was in the mist attacking ships. So maybe Loki did it like that on purpose. So then we got Whitebeard protected him. Who is it? Monkey D. Luffy. Who was that? Marshall D. Teach. Showing all the people that are preordained to have something or do something. Nefertari D. Lily. Joy Boy. Davy Jones. Still you continue to torment Mu. I desire Vivi. Okay, Imu. Yeah. Then like he flashes to, maybe he was thinking about all these events directly. Then, like I said, I think it's just showing, you know, what he's talking about. He's referring to all of this. Some of these are his memories too. He's chopping up the picture of Blackbeard and Luffy while he's yelling out Joy Boy, Davy Jones. You know, he's cursing them. You still continue to torment me. And then, you know, we in that flashback. I desire Vivi. So we're gonna find out that he might tell us some stuff later. I don't know, but he said it all began long before this. That's from the last sentence. Everything's like, what did he say, preordained or whatever? I forgot what term he used, but anyway. I said, huh? A steel heart. Does that mean if we destroy this, they won't be able to go back to normal? All right. And then, oh, so is that the secret? They have a core? And I guess he figured out, oh, so now it's different. It's even different now. Like, they have a core. I'm pretty sure we've seen these dudes get chopped up to the point where the area where this steel heart could have been was already destroyed. You know what I mean? Or does it only reveal? I don't know. Like, there's something to that, but and now they found out that they can just destroy the steel hearts to kill these dudes, and that kind of fits with my theory. Like they've been imbued with Imu's power, and they have these hearts to keep them alive because their old bodies probably, you know, I mean, you know, their regular hearts and all that sort of stuff probably decayed long ago, something like that. I don't know, because they're using their lifespan to get the power in the first place. So their hearts could have like died out a long time ago. So they have fake hearts to keep them living longer than humans normally can, because their real heart already would have died long ago. Because, you know, lifespan tetherment, entanglement, right? Lifespan entanglement, yeah. But Usopp, Brook, hang in there. Somebody yelling that out. Oh, that's Frankie. Super. They've got broken bones. Super. Maybe I should cyborgerize them. Damn. Yo, and they like, when he said that, they got like, you know, they kind of like made the reaction like, oh shit, like, they're not saying anything, but like you see like the little marks from their head, like they noticed something, even though they're knocked out. They subconsciously probably like, what the hell? Okay, we got what's his name? Oh, they strung up KillingHam. They strung parts of him up in trees. He said, I'm going to personally remember your name, Sanji, for revenge. Now say mine. He wants to turn him into his rival. He said, I forget. I forget, pal. And then we got Imu trapped in a block of ice, right? Loki asked, what's her name? Lilith, why is the school frozen? She said, it's not. I merely sapped all its heat energy. I mean, so it's frozen, basically. Yeah, right? School, he said, school food's frozen solid. Don't even taste good. Luffy all passed out. Food, I've got to give some to Usopp and Brook. Said, not until you get back to normal. Luffy said, hey Loki, that bad guy you froze, is she dead? It's a flash freeze. It won't be fatal, but only this guy can melt the ice. Don't worry, they're not going anywhere. Okay. Nami's still making it rain. She's making it rain. Oh, and then a blast of dark energy in the form of a pillar similar to what we've seen on God Valley when I think it was a clash. It was an attack that they hit Imu with or vice versa, some shit like that. But we've seen this pillar like flash before. Oh wait, are the elders? Wait, whoa, are the 5 elders and Imu pulling up? Or like, because there's multiple pillars happening here. Hold on, what's this? So it looks like black smoke to people, apparently. I thought it was gonna be like hockey or like energy, but it looks like black smoke. But it's like a violent smoke. They said, what's that? That ain't just black smoke. And 3 other pillars popped up. Boom, 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 whoa. They said, huh? Look in the sky. Oh shit, he in caves, he pulled, yo, listen. This confirms the idea that this was just the Dressrosa, and some of the arcs that Oda has done are literally to mirror future events in some ways, right? In some ways. I'm not saying he just did that all over the place with every arc and every single thing in the arc, right? But this is on some Dressrosa stuff. We got the ruler, who's not really the ruler, and then we got this guy trapping people in cages, and people were getting flipped. Like, with the other girl, she was turning people into puppets and stuff, right? Was her name Sugar? Like, oh man, there's a couple of like, we're gonna have to talk about that in that video. Not right now. But whoa. Imu's making a big ass magic circle in the sky, connecting those pillars. I guess those are the circles that have been placed around before. Or is this how he just looks when he summons himself to the lower world? Oh, he has his own. He has his own evil. Him and Nika are like direct rivals. I'm convinced right now. Him and Nika are direct rivals, and they have. I didn't even see any. All I'm seeing is his heartbeat. It's like boom, boom. It's probably like an evil Nika drum. Boom, 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 boom. It's probably some evil Nika drum. Maybe it's bass like boom, 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 boom. And the houses are coming alive, yo. This is crazy. And then they drone, boom, boom, boom. Yo, they all sitting there laughing and dancing, evil houses and shit. Yo, he's turning like the world evil. Is that what they were trying to say? When you go down to the lower world, he becomes, oh shit, like I don't know, bro. Like I don't know what. It's like some evil Nika stuff. This is evil Nika. This is the real evil Nika. Is this why? Oh, yo, this is why Elbaf has two different stories about Nika. The Heart of Drums. He's probably gonna. Oh man, let's keep going. Let's keep going. So the drums are still going boom, boom, boom. The forest is going crazy. Uh oh. The whole fucking village is engulfed in a circle. Oh my god, hold on, bro. And he's summoning it because okay, this is what I was thinking. I didn't even get a chance to say it, but like he's gonna use that summoning circle, but since he's the one being summoned, it's like a bigger circle that's like, oh, it's just wild right now. And he just blasts out the sky, and Luffy's about to have to square off with the dark version of himself for the most part. So he's blasting out the sky. Now the lightning is blasting out the sky, right? It's a lot of hockey. This is hockey. Blasting out the sky, hitting the castle. The castle's about to explode, it looks like, from the hockey. All the kids pass out. All the Elbaf kids pass out. The only people who can like stay awake are looks like the Elbaf warriors, right? And like the Straw Hat crew. If Nami doesn't pass out, we know what the deal is already. We know what that means. Side Aurist Castle, throne room. Imu's down here coughing and breathing and shit. Is this why the Celestial Dragons wear bubbles over their head? Because this dude starts breathing in the air, and he's getting all like sick. He's getting all sick looking. And then some wings blast out his back. The Lunarian race, the people who used to be the kings and the rulers of the Red Line. Or is it going to be like some new race? Or is it just devil wings? It's devil wings, ain't it? The Great One. You mean in person? Someone's up there on top of the castle. Does he have a fucking... He has like a... Oh shit, bro. This dude looks crazy, dude. Is that a tail? That's a tail. He has a super long tail. That's the tail that was chasing Sabo around. And he can obviously transform into like some shadow beast, possibly. Blood on his mouth. Holy shit. King of the world, Saint Nerona Imu. So he definitely has brown skin, white hair. He doesn't exactly look like evil Nika, but he has dots all over his body. Yo, this dude looks crazy. So, one of the first 20 powers. Power the devil fruits. Wait, what? So he is just the devil, basically, right? This is crazy. So Imu is basically the devil. Obviously, he's the creator of the world government, right? One of the first 20. We know that Imu was the one who installed the world government with those 20 kings back in the day when they defeated Joy Boy during the Void Century. But my question is, the reason why he wasn't able to do his plan earlier it's possibly because Nika existed as well. Nika was fighting him probably forever, or he just never could win. And then when Joy Boy came around, Joy Boy only lasted for 100 years before he got betrayed. The devil's fruit. Oh my god, I don't know what's going on. This is crazy. Someone's up there on top of the castle. It's Narona Imu with the devil's fruit. That's the end of the chapter. But oh boy, the devil's fruit. I feel like that kind of like encompasses the fact that he's just a kind of a devil in general, man. I mean, a lot of people thought Imu would be a woman. I was never completely sold on that, because I would even still say he sometimes. I would say he, and then I'd be like, okay, maybe she, whatever, but like, we don't, you know. I always thought that he could be a guy, but now we know for sure. That was always my biggest, like, biggest thing I said. We don't really know. We got to find out. Man, this is crazy. Like, I could have like tons of theories about this and like ideas, but like, man, he has 3 skulls around him. I thought at first when I heard those the drums, like, you know, he's like a Dark Nika. Seen those, I've seen the pictures of female Imu, yeah. I've seen them. Now people they gotta scrap them all. It was a good run. It was a good run. It was a good dream. It was a good dream. But this is what we got. I mean, this dude's cool as fuck, though. Like, whoever this dude is, he's cool as fuck. So, you know, it's alright. He reminds me of a Zelda character because of all the tattoos, especially because he has an eye tattoo on his wrist, on his back of his hand. And all those dots, yeah. So the fact that as soon as Imu pulled up and you hear what sounds like drums beating and music playing, that's obviously a connection to Nika and Joy Boy. And like I said earlier, I feel like instantly I felt like this is why Elbaf has 2 different stories about Nika. This is why I feel like they have 2 different stories about Nika. And I thought, you know, as I was scrolling through reading this, I thought, okay, he might look like Nika, but he doesn't look anything like him outside of having white hair. That's about it, white hair. But that's a Lunarian trait. So like, is Nika gonna be a Lunarian? I know Joy Boy wasn't, right? Because he's after Nika. He was, you know, back then during the Void Century. But Nika, the one who predates Joy Boy and Luffy, the first one, who, you know, the model of the fruit, he might be a Lunarian too. And the reason why Imu never was able to create the world government, like they, you know, say in this chapter, he's the creator of the world government, right? He wasn't able to do that before because Nika had him in check the whole time. Nika was basically his rival. Joy Boy was only able to like fight him for 100 years, right? The Void Century started 900 years ago, but it ended 100 years after that. So 800 years ago, the world government was founded, right? Technically, right? So, yeah. I feel like, you know, obviously it's gonna come full circle, man. We gonna see this shit. This is like, he has like Dark Nika powers. This devil fruit. Are we gonna find out the secret to Luffy's fruit? Is it gonna be some like, is it gonna be opposite of the devil? I mean, he's already a god, right? So yeah, I guess that's it right there. Sun God Nika, and then the devil Nika, maybe, I don't know. We're gonna find out. But I noticed his wings disappeared. We don't see his wings when he's sitting up on his roof. I don't really see him back there. Yeah, devil can be considered a god. This is about perspective. But that's what I'm saying. So it's like, That's what I'm saying, that like they share that trait. So if they're both Lunarians and one of them's a god, one of them's a devil, they're both still of the same race. One's just a god per se, you know, other one's a devil. But you know, it's kind of crazy. I think yeah, there's a connection there, man. The drum beat of his heart when he got summoned and all that music or whatever. That I think that's a clear connection to Nika. Like, there's no way it's not. You know what I mean? Instead of the drums of liberation, those were the drums of like subjugation. The drums of subjugation. The drums of imprisonment. Like, in the steel heart thing, I wasn't too far off on the steel heart thing. They need those hearts, but it's kind of weird. Like, well, it's not weird. I guess Oda did. He never told us the full truth, right? I know a lot of people are gonna say he probably moved the goalpost because now you got to destroy a core. Like they got a core inside of them. You got to destroy the steel heart. The drums of suppression, yeah. But I don't know. I feel like he just didn't reveal the full truth, so he had a lot of room to include a particular answer on how to kill the Holy Knights. He made it this. They got a steel heart inside of them. But what would that say? You know, what about like Shamrock? He wouldn't need one. He was young. Oh, but what if it's like I said, right? What if his old heart and body deteriorated because he has to trade his lifespan? So his old heart stopped working, and before that happens, they give you a fake one so you can have an immortal body with a undying heart sort of situation, right? Because even if you're immortal, I guess, like, because their immortality was technically because they can't be killed. It wasn't the type of immortality that's like eternal youth, or like, you know, you just live forever. It's the type of immortality where you just can't be killed. The living forever part comes from the steel heart being inside of them, is what I'm thinking. Because, you know, there's different forms of immortality. So that they didn't know mortality. They couldn't die. But the heart makes them live forever. So now you can live forever while you don't die. Yeah, you know what I mean? There you go. I think that's what they're doing right here. I like it. But I was not expecting that shit. My only problem with the steel heart, I guess, is the idea that you telling me that none of the other attacks, Garland chopping them up into tiny pieces, none of these attacks, like, and it looked like, maybe I got to go back. Maybe I have to go back because Oda, maybe he was thinking of it the whole time. But I feel like we've seen them chopped up in all these different parts of their body. And the heart should have been exposed technically, right? Because like if you get chopped up in your chest, or half of your body just gets like eviscerated and erased, and we see it rebuilding, like with Gunko, her whole top half got exploded by Usopp's thing. And then her body regenerated. It didn't, like, you know, there were no pieces to like put themselves back together like this. They weren't doing that earlier. They weren't putting themselves back together. They were taking damage from attacks and kind of like healing from them. So that's a little weird for me, but outside of that, whatever. You're right. Definitely. I mean, you know, that's the thing, right? I feel like that would, you know, your soul, wherever it's at, whether it's in their heart or it's just clinging to their body, it's a given that their soul is most likely still with them. If they're like, you know, because that makes you who you are and all that sort of stuff, and on a certain level, right? So that's what I was thinking. Like, it's like some Gecko Moria shit. Because I said this before. I don't know if you heard me, but I said this in a different video. I think it's directly similar to Gecko Moria, and how he had these bodies on ice, and as long as he repairs the vessel, right, the body itself, there's no soul inside the body. He had dead bodies, right? If he repairs the body, like he stitches the heart back up, makes sure all the blood vessels are connected again, right, and then he puts the arms and reattaches the arms back together, right? As soon as he puts a soul, aka life, back inside the body can start to work again, because it's a function, you know, the body is a functional body aside from the fact that there's no soul in it, right? That's my idea of how I see it, right? It's a functional body, it's healthy, but there's just no soul in it. Whoever was in there died. You put somebody else's soul in there, since it's a good body, it works, right? You get that heart pumping again, they can come back. I think it's similar with this. Whatever process that made them lose their original heart, whether it be because they're exchanging their lifespan, and you know, after your lifespan is up, your heart stops, right? Maybe they put a fake heart in there, so the body can still have blood pumping through it. And then, since the soul consciousness is in there, they can use the body again. That's just how I think about it. I don't know. But you're right. There's got to be a soul involved for a fact. There's got to be one, unless Imu just owns their soul. Like he's just lending them their soul. Like I don't think Imu's doing that. I don't think he's stealing souls though. That's what Big Mom was directly doing. The way Imu is, he's stealing lifespan. Like you might as well say he's slowly breaking down somebody's soul in that way too, right? If he's stealing your lifespan. Yeah, because I definitely think Imu, Haki is linked to all that stuff, That's part of what the word means. So it's like your spirit, your life force, your will, your willpower, all that sort of stuff, the kind of intangible things. So maybe the heart is beaten with Haki in it, right? Who knows? Maybe it's beaten with some Haki inside of it, and that's his core. That's what's giving him power. His soul engine. Right? He got a soul engine right there. It just speaks a lot of different shit now, man. He just completely took a different form when he went down to the lower world. And I want to know exactly, specifically, I want to know exactly what they were trying to say. They said something like, oh, I got it right here. They said, okay, Imu said, I'm about to leave. And they said, but great Imu, in the lower world, you are, right? He was about to say something. In the lower world, you are. And then, Garland said, but we do not have the right to stop the Great One. But still, if great Imu leaves this castle, and they no need to say it, we all know. They just kept cutting that off. Like they were about to say something. They said, but if he leaves, stop it. But great Imu, in the lower world you are. Don't say it, right? What were they about to say? Obviously, I think it's related to what we just saw. He's coughing up blood and all the other stuff, and he took on his true form. But I don't want to just have to guess. I want to know a clear answer. What were they about to say? In the lower world, history remembers you. I don't know what the fuck going on. I need to know. In the lower world, you're gonna take your true form, so the people at Elbaf are gonna recognize what's happening. In the lower world, your body takes on an illness, and you become mortal. Or you become immortal down there? Now you're human down there. What's going on? I need to know what they were about to say. We're going to find out. And I like how Oda had us flash back to I guess not just Imu moments. They weren't all Imu moments, but these were all crucial points in the story. The important parts of the story, and he even threw Harold in there. So we got Roger talking about the One Piece, when the One Piece started, right? All that sort of stuff started. We got Neptune being born, being mentioned, right? Poseidon had a, I mean, Neptune had a daughter. That's, you know, Poseidon. Said Neptune being born. But, you know, they're talking about Whitebeard. Imu saying it's all preordained. We've been knowing this. We knew that, you know, this is a history that's going to connect. Monkey D. Luffy, Harold's son, Poseidon, who Loki is most likely talking to. We ain't forget about that, right? Shaggy. Shaggy might be Shirahoshi. Chopper. I think Chopper, like I said before, they're gonna just kind of gloss over what he did. They're not gonna mention what the fuck that was, like why he could slap. Maybe, right? Maybe since Imu was here, we're gonna get that type of moment that we always need, that exposition. He's gonna look at Chopper and say, oh shit, that talking deer, that's just like the creature who protected the forest god's forest. That's the arbiter of the forest god. Maybe Imu, like, you know, we got a full title for Imu, right? We got a full title for Imu. And actually, let me say this too, right? Imu, since his title was revealed, we didn't get like any mentioning of him being a forest god or anything like that. No relation to any of that stuff, right? No weird title or name that we never really seen before. With this, all the stuff we kind of seen before, except for the power named the devil's fruit, right? We haven't seen that before in reference to anybody or Imu. Power, the devil's fruit. That's his power. That's not his devil fruit. Think about that. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. His devil fruit is not the devil's fruit. His power is called the devil's fruit, right? So this it sounds like a play on words almost. And I'm thinking two things. Either it does have a connection to that forest devil that they were talking about, right? The forest god, I mean, right? The forest god. And when they said the forest god gave birth to devils or some shit like that in the Albath Marley mural, I forgot what they said exactly, but I'm sure y'all remember, right? So they said the forest god gave birth to devils, or, you know, handed some devils out or some shit like that. I don't know. Spread the devils, right? I think this could be connected to that. If his power is the devil's fruit, he might be the one. He might be able to create devil fruits, or his power in and of itself is what the devil fruits are like. How do I say it, bro? How do I say it? Like the nature of the devil fruits and why they have the name devil in them. Like he is that. Then he's probably created by him. You know, I guess I'm trying to say that he's created by the forest devil or some shit like that. His power was directly granted by the forest devil. He didn't eat a devil fruit. He was given that power of the devil, right? That's the type of thing I was trying to say, but I was saying it in reverse, so it didn't make any sense. And then the horns on his head, just like the giants. Okay, what if we get this connection of how people like Imu were some of the first people that existed, ancient people? Because I was calling him a Lunarian, but you know, like, that's why I went with the Lunarian thing earlier. He looks like a Lunarian, but he's a like a devil version of them. And the Lunarians are like kind of like angel people, right? That's what I'm saying. So like, and then we don't see his wings. His wings aren't there. He has a spiky devil tail and horns on his head. It's like, it's different. He's got some Illuminati Millennium Puzzle shit going on. Yeah. He's got these horns on his head like the ancient giants do. What if all the ancient giants are his descendants? Because his horns look like Loki's right here in this picture. Oh, you know what? I do notice, right? I did notice because, like I said, his hair was like Joy Boy's. Maybe I didn't mention fully because I said it was white, but not that it's just white. The fact that it's curly and wavy and kind of puffy like a cloud too. That is also why I think he has a connection to Joy Boy. I mean, well, Nika, right? So let me say this in plain terms, right? Imu and Nika, they could have been siblings. They could have been siblings, or they could have been just members of this race that looks similar. The same race of people. Nika probably has more of a Lunarian feature set, right? He could have wings, white hair, brown skin. Imu has horns, a devil's tail, white hair, brown skin. Maybe it's like that. The flames behind him are like, they're dark flames with eyes in them. He has clouds back there too, or there's probably fire too. But the clouds look like flames. When he has definitely, for a fact, that's a ring of fire behind him. And that staff he has is on fire. So, you know what I mean? So, I think it's like this is another race. This is just the devil race. That's what they're probably called. You know, the race are probably just called devils. And we're going to get that revelation because Oda did say, remember, he did say he is yet to draw the devil. I think he just drew the devil. If you're asking me, I think he just drew the devil. He's got that Joy Boy Nika hair, right? So I think he's still going, Oda's still obviously going with the theme, the black and the white. Nika is the white half. He's the white half of Imu's black, right? Imu's the black half. Nika is the white half. I'm not using Joy Boy because, you know, Nika was before Joy Boy. So, obviously, if Imu is older than the voice entry, which I assume he is, right? I assume he's way older than the voice entry, and he hates Nika. He was around back in Nika's time. That's why that's how this rivalry started. This whole story probably started like many stories do. When you zoom back and go back in time, it started with a simple two people or some shit like that, right? Like in Full Metal Alchemist. All this shit is going on, and you zoom the story all the way back. It started with a dwarf in a flask. You know what I mean? It started with something so simple. A little dwarf in a flask and a man who was a scientist. And then through this story, a whole bunch of shit branches off, right? So I feel like it's gonna be some shit like that, like with you know, not exactly. Don't take this one, you know, like it's an exact comparison, but like when Naruto went back, and you see it starts up with like Hashirama and Madara, or it starts up with you know, just these two people. It's like this is the beginning, like Indra, Ashura, they're, you know, I forgot the other guy's name, Hagoromo and his brother. Like, I guess that's further back, right? Hagoromo and his brother, just these two people, right? Kaguya and the one dude. This one story with just between two people starts this whole thing. I think it's gonna be like Nika and Imu. They're doing their thing back in the day. Maybe Imu lived in the forest. Joy Boy was running around causing trouble. They started hating each other. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe they lived in a society, and this dude right here, the devil, wanted to change stuff. He thought we needed order. He thought everything needed rules. And Nika was like, bro, nah, just do what you want to do. Live free. Who knows? It could have started like that. And then ever since that day, Imu's been trying to create the world government, but Nika's been there to stop him until Joy Boy died with the Nika fruit inside of him. and he finally was able to create the world government. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like, because we know that the Lunarians lived on top of the Red Line, right? We don't know how far back they go. But Imu's appearance right here that we see, that's the thing that brings the Lunarians kind of up into the conversation in the first place, because that's the only other race of people we know with brown skin and white hair. And they have flames behind them. He has a flame behind him, brown skin and white hair, but there's a lot of stuff different about him, obviously, you know, from a regular Lunarian. So like, maybe since Lunarians are just like they're an ancient race, people could be descendants of them largely. You know what I mean? We don't even know, like, but it is a lot of stuff in question, man. A lot of stuff in question. His power being the devil's fruit by itself, and it's not labeled, his devil fruit is the devil's fruit, right? It's not a devil fruit. He doesn't have a devil fruit. That's not what this is called. His power is the devil's fruit. So I feel like that's telling us something. It's not just like the name of it. I feel like it's a play on words. You know what I mean? It's a play on words. And I don't think it's like it's telling us that his power itself is this forbidden thing that he obtains. You know what I mean? That's what I was trying to kind of say earlier. I didn't know how to say it, but his power itself is this forbidden thing that he obtained, similar to how the devil fruits, which I think, by the way, the world government probably started labeling them that, right? As we most likely know, they started calling them devil fruits in the first place to like deter people from wanting to eat them, just so they could think they're kind of evil and bad, you know. And they used to, you know, people, you know, if you eat 2 of them, your body's gonna explode, all that sort of shit, right? So I feel like the title of his power is trying to tell us something bigger. I don't know what the hell it is, but like we're thinking of, it's obviously related to devil fruits, but in what way? Because I don't think he has a devil fruit. He's associated with them in some way. Like I said, the same power that gives devil fruits their power and their nature, he is like, he is of that. You know what I mean? He is from that shit somehow, or he's directly stolen that shit. You know what I mean? So I don't know. He's directly stolen the power that gives devil fruits. However the devil fruits were made, because maybe, who knows, if it was a person directly, like the mural says, the forest god, you know, did something, gave birth to the devils or whatever, people could have been praying to him, quote unquote, and he just gave them the fruits based on what it is they wanted. He could have been handing devil fruits out like wishes. I wish I was this tall. Here you go. Eat this. But you can never go and mess with the sea god. Or maybe the sea god just, I don't know, who knows, bro, right? Because, you know, the sea rejects you. That's a thing too. The sea rejects you. I need to see next chapter. Imu is definitely going to mention something directly to Luffy when he sees Joy Boy. He's going to mention something to Loki. He might even just start monologuing and say something out loud. You know what I mean? It's like, what if the reason why he started coughing up blood when he came down here has something to do with some pact that was made back in the day? Because we know the devil fruit eaters and users are rejected by the sea. What if he's rejected by the land? Like, all the land below, like, who knows? I don't know. There's too much shit going on. Like, it's not like this shrouded black figure that we see just like got revealed. No, his whole appearance changed. He transformed when he went down there. I think that was clear. His body was in pain. Now I'm linking the idea of him going down to the lower world to the celestial dragons wearing the bubbles over their head. So I think the modern day celestial dragons you know, they keep bubbles over their head because it's like, you know, it's a habit, it's a part of their culture. I think Imu can't go down to the lower world and should be wearing a bubble over his head because the air down there actually just doesn't mess with him. Like, you know, it's like he gets sick down there. It's like the lower land rejects him, or his body's rejecting the lower land. I feel like it's something like that. I don't know if it's a curse. I don't know if it's just like once he leaves the castle, his true form is forced out of him, so he's in a lot of pain. Because it feels like, you know, obviously the other ones, they don't need that. Doflamingo and his family went down to the lower world, but they look nothing like Imu, right? So maybe that's like a cultural habit and idea, like, oh, the lower world is poison to us because it actually used to be poison to them. You know what I mean? It was really like that. And I feel like there's definitely something bigger at play with the fact that once he went down to the lower world, he was kind of forced out of that facade of a form. You feel me? It's like he was forced. It's like, okay, maybe I forgot. I did say this earlier. This definitely is something I think. I don't know why I didn't say this. I think also, since Imu is like in this black shadowy form, that might be Haki, or it might just be whatever darkness shit that he has going on, right? This devil power. He might just be a manifestation of devil energy and power when he's in Pangea Castle. I feel like this black body that we see is like the formless Imu, right? And I feel like when he goes down to lower world, he's forced back into his physical form. You know what I mean? He's forced back into a physical form entirely. He goes from being this shadowy, intangible thing to now being a mortal. He's a mortal, not immortal, but he's a mortal now. He is pretty much a human now, right? Not a human, but you know, he has a physical body now. I think that's what happened. He was forced to have a physical body once he went down there. Yeah, and like when he's up there, it's like his soul form. Like I said, it's like Haki, because Haki, we know the word is like, you know, your spirit and willpower and all those sort of intangible things that's a part of, like, you know, the human and stuff like that, right? Your energy. And I also think, you know, obviously Haki has like a level to like emotion in it and all that sort of energy in it, right? So yeah, I think Imu was like this shadowy Haki body form thing. This is not a physical presence or body. But when he goes down to the lower world, like a god, oh, yo, it's probably exactly like that. It's probably exactly like that. Like how in a lot of stories and stuff, a god, I don't know if y'all read Berserk or something like that, but it's in a lot of other stuff too, right? Often the gods, when they're up in their other realm, so the red line is like a different realm for Imu. That's why they actually refer to the lower world as like the lower world. He's in the upper world. He's in a different realm, technically, right? So while he's in that realm, he's in his godly, what's the word I'm looking for? He's in his like godly metaphysical form, right? He's not in the corporeal form. So since he's up there, he's like in this intangible thing, this body of energy, like how most gods are and stuff. They're just a consciousness that can, you know, speak down to the lower world. Like when Griffith becomes Femto, he can't himself. He cannot just come down to the lower world. He's a different existence. He needs a vessel. He needs a physical body to live and actually interfere with the realm that we live in. So I think literally when he zaps down as this mass of energy and Haki, he starts to materialize a human vessel. Like, you know, the old vessel he probably had. And that's why it came with a bunch of pain and shit like that. I feel like he like achieved this form of like, he doesn't need a physical body. You know, he doesn't need these things But when he goes back down to the lower world, he's in risk of like mortality, man. He's at risk of mortality. So his weakness, his weakness could be the fact that he can have a human form, he can have a physical form. That's his weakness. But he's probably super strong like this because he can physically do things as well. So it's a double-edged sword. You know what I'm saying? So it's a double-edged sword. He can physically do things, and things can be physically done to him now. That's the downside. Since he's made himself a player in this game, like he's immortal now. He's a human. Like he's down here in the lower realms. He's down here in Midgard, right? He's down here in the lower realms with the people, with the corporeal beings, like with the physical existence of man. He's down here. He's no longer up there as this ethereal entity body. Yeah, he's not an entity. I guess that's one of the words I was looking for earlier. He's not like a fucking entity. This thing that exists with barely a physical form. Now he goes down there and he can bleed, as we just saw. Now he can bleed. You go, he's vulnerable now, right? Now Imu can bleed. He has flesh and blood again. Right? This is how, like the land that he's standing on, and probably the exact spot that he's standing in with the Eve tree, right? With the Eve tree. What if that's where him and Nika first met? Like this is where he grew up. Like this part of the land, this is where people all used to live. Like this is where everything started. So that's why he's kind of rooted to that spot with his power in that sense, like his full power or whatever it is that he's achieved to do this. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. MVP of the arc is definitely Usopp. Yeah. Yep. If Usopp just rage baited Imu into making himself vulnerable, which is like that's what he basically just fucking did, right? And it felt like that before. Like I seen people saying that too a little bit before, and I felt like that because it's like, oh, yo, last chapter ended with Imu saying, "I'm coming down there." It's like, oh, what Usopp? Now he's going against what he told Usopp. He said, "Oh, a ruler does not get thy hands dirty," and now you're going down there. So what's that mean? His hands about to get dirty. He probably, you know what? He probably just like coats his blade black in the middle of the battle with hockey, or with he probably doesn't even need a black blade. Whatever the hell this sword is, this fucking scimitar, spear, scepter, okay, staff, the staff, scepter, scimitar, spear, right? Whatever the fuck this is that he has with flames coming out the back end of it, I think he's good, bro. I think he's good. With the horns coming out of it, that's the same shit Harold had on. But yeah. So skin color, right? If it's not the obvious color, being brown, like the Lunarians and stuff, right? If he's not brown, and his hair's not white, then we got a couple other options to go through. Like his skin could be red like a devil. Like it could be red just like Oars back in the day. You know what I mean? Or what if his skin is green or blue? It could be some weird shit now. You said that's Rox's belt. Damn, that'd be wild if he just stole his shit like that. We need a closer look on his design. He has some stuff. He has some boots on, it looks like. He got white shoes on. He got this ring around his belt. He has 3 skulls around him. And how big is he? You know what I mean? Like, how big is he? I want to see, like, how big is he? Is he like, think about it. He could be like Kizaru's height. Kizaru's a big dude. He could be like Kizaru's height. He could be like some of them other tall, big people. That's just, you know, the idea I'm talking about, right? Not a giant, but he could be like some of those other tall, big people. He could stand in front of Luffy and tower over him like Doflamingo, or even taller. Or Katakuri, you know what I'm saying? He could be standing over Luffy like Katakuri's height, or some shit like that. So, This dude could be tall as hell, first of all. This is crazy. I might have to end this stream, man. I might have to end the stream and like chop this video up out of the stream. I don't know. If not, I'll be sitting here talking about this for like 3 hours.